The most probably important thing that I did was handle the appointment of the attorneys in the case. This was a difficult decision and difficult choices for a lot of reasons. I really took this very seriously, the decision on who to ultimately appoint, because obviously this is going to be a case of national scope, and it was important to us, to me, and to a lot of people, that the perception of fairness prevail, that I knew the government was going to have good lawyers and good investigators. And I wanted the public to know that these defendants also had as good a counsel as they could get.
Federal Judge Mage was appointed out of Denver, and he made the decision to move the trial to Denver, Colorado. I didn't think that was necessary, and looking back, maybe it was the safest thing from the standpoint of a fair trial, but I really do believe people can be fair, and I think we could have gotten a fair jury here in Oklahoma City. If you say, I'm going to give them the death penalty, then you get kicked off. If you say, I don't believe in the death penalty, I'm going to give life no matter what, I don't care what the evidence is, you get kicked off. We had a whole lot more people get kicked off for saying they were going to give the death penalty than people saying that they didn't believe in the death penalty. In fact, I remember one guy said, they said, well, now if you found that this defendant killed 168 people and there were 19 babies, and that was the evidence, and you were convinced he was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, would you give him the death penalty? And the guy said, is this a trick question?
We had a great deal of investigation trying to identify John Doe 2. By this time, and after agents had gone out and started showing these composites around to area businesses in the Junction City area, the FBI made the decision to release this to the news media. And boy, did the phone calls start coming then. And you'll still hear conspiracy theories regarding John Doe 2 that we never identified. But the evidence bore out what we found, and that was John Doe 2. He had absolutely nothing to do with the bombing of the Murrah Building. Absolutely nothing.
I knew a lot of people in the Murrah Building. They were friends of mine. There's no way that I would stop if I thought anybody else was involved in this bombing. There's no way I could ever keep my mouth shut if I thought somebody in the government knew about it beforehand. My wife worked at Dillard's. She was the personnel manager at the Dillard's out at the Quail Springs Mall, and she was accused by a husband of her co-workers saying that I had told her before the bombing that it was going to happen. It's absolutely, I mean, and you're working a case like this, you've got to get ready for any of that kind of stuff, because you're going to be accused of anything from A to Z, and it's usually at the time when you're working your butt off.